I'm gonna be honest, March is the month where I feel the most delusional about what I'm capable of reading. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Em. Today we are here to talk about my March TBR. I posted my middle grade March TBR last week. I will link it either here or down below somewhere so you can go and see that list if you're interested. I also have them right here. Oh my gosh, it's a lot. See? It's a little delusional that I have this stack, and then I'm adding a few more books to the TBR. So these are the other things that I hope to read in the month of March. These are all for book clubs that I'm participating in. They're all virtual book clubs. I went through Storygraph last night, assembled all the titles that I need to read. I am skipping one book club because they're reading a self-help book for March, and I am just not a self-help book girly. I love nonfiction, but self-help is just not my jam. So I'm going to be skipping that read. So let's just get right into it, because goodness knows I could just ramble on. The first book that I'm going to be reading is for the Buzzword Readathon that is put together by Books and Lala. And I know with the Buzzword Readathon you don't have to read the prompt in each specific month, but I am doing it that way this time. I haven't participated before, and I just thought it would be fun to try it that way for the first time. And the prompt is a character name, so read a book with a character name in the title. And I'm going to read A Love Song for Ricky Wilde by Tia Williams. I've had Tia Williams on my radar for a long time, but I've been avoiding 7 Days in June because I just know it's got some really heavy themes, and that just is not what I'm looking for in a romance novel. But this just came out, and I've heard, I really like the synopsis. I think it sounds really good. I've heard really good things about it, and I'm excited to finally give Tia Williams a try. Speaking of Kayla, I am also going to be participating in the Literary Dead Book Club this year. I seriously lurked all last year. I didn't read any of the books. I just watched the live shows and lurked. But I want to participate this year, and the March book is Vera Wang's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers. And I have this on audio from Libro FM, so I will be reading this. This is great. I also have Dial A for Aunties on my physical TBR and still haven't read it, so it'll be nice to maybe get some momentum to continue to read, or to finally start reading this author. And for the next two book clubs are both from Betty's Pages, which is an indie bookstore in Illinois. And I'm doing this year's book club and then retroactively doing last year's book club just for fun. The theme for last year's book club was Reagan Ruins Everything. And then there's always a couple of adult titles, YA, middle grade, and then children's books. And so I usually just go through the list and see which one sounds interesting. And so for that one, I'm going to be reading Reaching for the Moon by Katherine Johnson, which is an autobiography, and it's intended for a YA audience. So hopefully it'll be a quick, read. And I am not as excited about this one, but that's okay. And then the theme for this year's book club is Taylor Swift. And so they've gone through and they've paired each of the options with a Taylor Swift song. I'm not a Taylor Swift super fan, but I thought it sounded like a cute idea. And I'm going to be reading The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston, which I am also not super excited about. I'm actually really nervous because I have DNF'd every Ashley Poston YA book that I have attempted to read, and I haven't read any of her adult titles yet because of my track record with her YA. But I have The Dead Romantics on audio from Libro FM, so I really need to try it out and see if her adult work is a better fit for me than her YA work. And then outside of the book clubs, no, there's more. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm carrying a few books over I have out from the library. So I am currently in the I'm currently at the beginning of Magic for Liars by Sarah Gailey. I'm listening to this on audio. I've only read Sarah Gailey's novellas. I've read the River of Teeth duology and I loved it, so I'm ready to read more from them. And then I'm also still reading A Far Wilder Magic, which I'm also really liking, though it's very, very different. I started a reread of The Ruthless Ladies. Oh, I have it over here. I read this as an advanced copy before it came out. This was a bookseller. When was it? 2021? No, it's been out for longer than that. Time is weird. Okay, so I guess it hasn't been that long. But anyways, I haven't reread it since then, but it's been an absolute favorite. And I wanted to reread it to see if it is still a favorite. And also this author has a new book coming out. When does this, I think her next book comes out in like August or October. I know those aren't close, but that's all my brain can remember. But I'm so excited that she has another book coming out, and so I wanted to reread this and see if I still loved it as much as I did when I first read it. I'm only a chapter and a half in, but so far, I love it. She's so funny. I'm annotating it, but I'm only highlighting when she writes something that I think is funny. So I'm highlighting a lot because I think she's so funny. Anyways, I will talk more about this in my wrap up for March. And I'm carrying over one other. Oh, I'll talk about this more in my February wrap up. But I finally read These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong, and I'm planning on just reading everything she's written. Maybe not in March, but slowly but surely reading everything she's written. So I have the sequel on hold at the library, and I'm just waiting for it to come in, and then I'll probably start that too. So it's just going to be a lot in March. And I feel like I need to add the caveat that this could all go out the window once the Nebula shortlist is released, which is supposed to come out in early March, I think. Who knows what will actually happen? It's going to be a wild time, but I'm really excited about all of them. I definitely feel like, you know, that saying my eyeballs are bigger than my stomach, I really feel that right now. Like my eyeballs are bigger than the actual amount of time that I have at my disposal, but I'm just so excited by all the books. They're all so, it's all so shiny. So we're gonna end this very chaotic and short video here. Chaotic just in terms of the number of books I expect myself to read in March. I did this to myself last year too, so I think it's just a March problem. But if you've watched to the end, thank you so much for spending your time with me. I really appreciate it. If you would like to leave an emoji to let me know that you were here, let's do a mouse emoji for Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry. Makes sense, I promise. And I will talk to you all in the next one. Bye!